All right. Okay, team. Team, if you have any queries in between, you can just raise your queries and you can clarify your queries, team. Okay. And if you think that I'm going faster, you can just go and stop me over there. You can ask me to slow down. All right. Fine, team. So initially, I couldn't hear you, please. Oh, Mahendra Reddy could not able to hear my screen. Okay. Yeah, hey Venkat. Venkat, am I audible to you? Venkat, could you able to hear me? Venkat Ravalasa. Venkat, could you able to hear me? Hello. All right, team. So let us go start our demo class. Okay. So over here, before going to our automation testing team, let us go and see what is manual testing and what is automation testing. Okay. Now let me go and change my ink color. It looks something matching over there. Fine. Okay. And also let me go and start recording team. So team, after each and every class, I'm going to share you the recorded videos team so that you can go ahead and refresh your knowledge as well. So let's go see what is manual testing and what is automation testing. Manual testing is performing testing on the application or a product. Performing testing on the application or a product with the human interaction. That is, I'm going to interact with an application and I'm going to execute my test cases. Okay. Say I want to go ahead and test a Gmail login page. So how I'm going to do so? What are the steps that I'm going to write it over there? Team? I'll be saying launch the Gmail application, enter the username, click on next button, enter the password, click on sign in button. Writing. So suddenly I'll be writing some test steps over there. So let us say test case. Test case is verify Gmail login page. Okay. Verify Gmail login page is my test case. Test case name. So what is a test case basically? It's a group of test steps. Okay. A group of test steps in it. So what are the steps if I want to verify the Gmail login page? My first step will be launch the Gmail application. Okay. The second step will be enter the username. Third step will be click on next button. Right? Fourth step will be enter the password. Fifth step is click on sign in button. So these are the test steps. So as a manual test engineer, what I will do, I will go ahead and look into this test steps and I will go ahead and what I will do, I will go ahead and do accordingly. I'm going to open a browser, I'm going to say www.gmail.com, I'm going to launch a Gmail application, then I'm going to enter the username. How you are going to enter the username thing? You are going to take support of your keyboard, right? How you are going to click on next button? You are going to take support of your mouse and you are going to move your cursor onto the next button and then you are going to click on it, right? This is something called as manual testing. That means you have to sit in front of your system and you have to go ahead and do some testing activities. Right in? That is something called as manual testing. Fine. Then let us go and see what is automation testing. And why automation testing has given much priority nowadays. So what is automation testing? Performing testing on the application or a product with the help of some third party tool is called automation testing. Team, when I say third party tool, if you go and look into the market, there will be n number of third party tools. There will be n number of third party tools in the market. So out of these third party tools, okay, predominantly used tools are QTP tool, or we can say UFT tool, QTP tool, or it is also called as UFT. QTP stands for Quick Test Profession, UFT stands for Unified Functional Testing Tool. Okay, and then Selenium. So certainly our training goes with Selenium with Java. Okay, hope everyone is aware of it, right team? This is Selenium with Java class, not Selenium with .NET class, or this is not related to UFT or QTP2. This is Selenium with Java class, Java demo. Alright team, fine. So here, performing testing on the application of product with the help of some third-party tool is called automation testing. As I told you, okay, we were working with some third-party tool, and that third-party tool itself, what we are going to use? We are going to use Selenium as our third-party tool. Okay, now the question is, what will this automation testing people do in the real-time scenarios? Why automation testing people have got much priority when compared with the manual testing? What is the difference between an automation testing people and a manual testing people's tasks? So manual testing engineers, what they are going to do? They are going to write the test scenarios. Okay, they are going to design the requirements. Okay, they are going to test, list out the requirements. Okay, testable requirements. Okay, and then once they get the sign off, they are going to start designing the test scenarios and test cases. Then they will be looking into those test cases. They will be executing those test cases. They are going to report the defects. Okay, and they will be performing some retesting, regression testing also. Coming to automation team, okay, what we are going to do is looking into the test steps of what the manual test engineers have designed. So these are the test steps, right? So what I am going to do as an automation test engineer, what I will do, I'll write a code. I'll write a code to execute this line. So that this code, what it will do, it will go ahead and open a Gmail application. I'm going to write a code. So what this code will do, it will go and enter the username. I'm going to write a code for this. It will go ahead and click on next button. I'm going to write a code for this, a line of code. It will go ahead and enter the password. Then I'm going to write a code over here. It will go and click on sign in button. Okay. So as an automation team, what I'm going to do is as an automation test engineer, I'm going to write a code looking into the test steps designed by the manual test engineers. I'm going to write a code, and then when I go and run the code in my tool, it's the tool who is going to open the Gmail application or the browser. It's a tool who is going to enter the username and click on next button. It's a tool who is going to enter the password and clicking on the sign in button. So it's the tool who is going to do that, who is going to perform testing, not us. We don't have to sit in front of the system as a manual test engineer do, and we don't have to go and click on the buttons or the links or enter some data over there. Okay, what we need to do is we have to write a code, and when I go and run the code, the tool will be the tool who is going to execute all the test cases. So we don't have to sit in front of the system. We can go and write the code. Okay, we can go ahead and run the code, and we can leave for the day. The next day when I come back, okay, all the test cases will be executed. Okay, that is what the main advantage of an automation testing. All right, team? Fine. So now let us go and see Selenium. Okay, what is Selenium? Selenium is a functional and regression testing tool. Okay, now there comes a question: what is functional? What is regression? What is functional testing? What is regression testing? Functional testing over here is performing testing on the application with respect to the client requirement. With respect to the client requirement is called functional testing. So I have to test the functionality of the application. Functionality in the sense is nothing. There's a link. If I click on it, it should go and take me to some other page, right? Say I enter all the login credentials in the Gmail login page. When I click on sign in button, what happens? User is navigated to Gmail inbox page. That is the functionality, right? So that is what the functionality is. Then coming to regression testing. What is regression testing? What do you mean by regression testing team? So we used to have regression test suites. If people who have already worked into as a manual test engineer, certainly they will be aware of regression test suites. What is regression test suites is, okay, all the test cases, all the functional test cases that we have to go ahead and execute, that comes into regression suites, along with the test cases which has failed. Along with the test cases which has failed, okay, so the test cases which has failed and that are being fixed by the development team, we have already done the retesting on it, and then we are going to conclude, we are going to bring those test cases and then we are going to put into the regression source, because those test cases, those are failed. Okay, and the development team, they have fixed the defect. Okay, and we have performed retesting on it and it is working fine. We say that okay, the defect is fixed, but still the defect has to be included in this regression source. Okay, team? So that is something called as regression testing. So regression testing over here is performing testing on the modified application. I have to test the entire application team, because every time when I go and raise a defect, developer is going to make some code changes. He is going to touch base the code. So whatever changes he is going to make in the application, okay, the changes should not be impacting on some other functionalities. The changes made by the development team should not be blocking some other functionalities to work. So in order to make sure that everything, all the functionalities are working fine in our application, we'll go with regression testing. Okay, we'll go with regression testing. Regression testing is we are going to test the modified application. So team, Selenium is a functional testing and regression testing tool only for web-based applications. That means I can test only web-based applications. I cannot test any Windows-based application. There comes a question team again. What is web-based? What is Windows-based? Web-based applications are something that, application which requires a browser supporting tool. Say if I uninstall your Internet Explorer browser, if I uninstall your Mozilla Firefox, Chrome, Opera, Safari, all the browsers from your system, and if I ask you to go and open your Gmail application, would you be able to open it? Obviously not, right? Because there is no browser supporting tool. You should be having a browser supporting tool, okay, to launch the browser first. So once the browser is launched, then you can enter your user URL, saying www.email.com or www.facebook.com, www.twitter.com also. If there is no browser supporting tool, then obviously you cannot work on it. And also you should be having a good internet connectivity, right? If you don't have internet connectivity, your web-based application will not work, right? So Selenium is a tool which supports only web-based applications. Now coming to Windows-based application team, what is Windows-based? A calculator which is already installed in my system. Okay, I don't need any browser supporting tool. I don't need any internet connectivity to be connected. Still I can go ahead and open my calculator and I can go ahead and do the problems. Okay, I can go ahead and add the numbers also. Okay, team. So basically Selenium is a functional and regression testing tool for the web-based applications only. And this Selenium tool has been developed by Jason Huggies and team. From the ThoughtWorks company in the year 2004. So in the year 2004, okay, Jason Huggies and team, they were the Java development people. Okay, they used to go ahead and work for a company called as a ThoughtWorks company. The company name is ThoughtWorks. Okay, and this Java development people, in order to test their applications, they have developed this Selenium tool. Now they raise a question: will the development tool perform testing on the application? This will be one of the interview point of question. Okay, team. Will the development people perform testing on the application? Your answer should be yes. And if yes, what is the name of that testing? What is the type of the testing? What is the name of that testing type? So the testing type, we call it as unit testing. So development team, they used to go and perform unit testing on the application. Okay, the type of testing, they are going to perform testing on the application team, and that testing, the name of the testing type is unit testing. Alright, unit testing. We used to call them as unit testing. So Jason Huggies and team, in order to perform this unit testing on the product in which they were working on, they created a framework. Okay, with some scripts. Okay, and then they executed it. It was successful. Okay, all the unit test cases were passed. Okay, it validated all the unit test cases. Okay, very effectively. Okay, so team, they named that script. The original name of the Selenium tool is JSFT. What is JSFT stands for now? JSFT stands for JavaScript Functional Testing. I repeat, JavaScript Functional Testing. Okay, team. So JSFT stands for JavaScript Functional Testing. Then team, Selenium supports multiple languages such as Java, .NET, PHP, Perl, Ruby, Python, Pascal, etc. Lot of languages it will support. Certainly, we are focusing on Selenium with Java. So team, if you know Ruby, you can start working with Selenium. If you know Python, you can start working with Selenium. If you know .NET, if you know PHP, if you know Perl, you can start working with Selenium. Okay, but team, 80% of the projects are working on Selenium with Java, and rest 20% are working on some other technologies. So it's good to go ahead and focus on Selenium with Java itself. All right, team. Understood? Any queries so far, team? Any queries? Any queries, team?
No.
No queries. All right. Mahendra, could you able to hear me? Mahendra Reddy, could you able to hear me? Mahendra Reddy, am I audible to you? Fine. Now let us go and see the next concepts. Advantages of Selenium. What are the advantages of Selenium? Selenium is an open source tool. When I say open source tool, what do you mean by open source? What do you mean by open source tool? Okay, open source in the sense I don't have to pay any license. It's a freeware. I can directly download it and I can start working with Selenium. Okay, team. I don't have to purchase any license. It's a freeware, free of cost. Okay, that is the main advantage. Then Selenium supports all the browsers like Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Opera, Safari, etc. Okay, because Selenium supports only web-based application. So Selenium tool have to and has to support all the browsers available in the market. Getting? Have to and has to support all the browsers available in the market. Okay, team? Fine. Then team, Selenium supports all the operating systems also, like Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, etc. So team, we can go ahead and work on any of the operating system by using Selenium tool. Okay, there is no limitation in it. Now, if you take an example, okay, of a QTP tool, okay, this QTP tool I can install only on Windows operating system. I cannot install QTP tool on Mac operating system or Linux operating system or Unix operating system. Okay, there is a limitation with the QTP tool. Okay, but when it comes to Selenium tool team, okay, Selenium, I can work on any of the operating system. There is no limitation over it. Okay, team, fine. Then Selenium supports multiple languages like Java, .NET, PHP, Perl, Ruby, Python, Pascal, etc. Yes, this we already know, right? Team? Then we can implement both user-defined and built-in frameworks in Selenium. This is the very important concept as an automation test engineer team. If you don't know how to work with the frameworks, if you don't know the architecture of a framework, you are no more set to be an automation test engineer. Okay, team? See, coding and all, you can go and get in any of the videos also. You can Google it and you can go and get the code. Designing a framework, architecture of the framework is very important thing. This is the very first question which you are going to face in the interview as well. The very first question they will be asking you is, explain about your framework. Okay, team. Then later on there comes some technical questions. But very first question they will be asking you is, explain about the framework which you have worked on. Okay, so this is our very important concept, and we are going to explore more, okay, more time on designing the framework. So team, here in our training class, I am not going to copy or paste the code or show you over there or explain the frameworks. Obviously, the framework goes for 250 to 300 lines of code or 400 lines of code, no problem, team. We are going to train you from the scratch of the code. I'm going to write the code from the starting line. Okay, so you don't have to bother about it. All right. So there comes two different types of frameworks: user-defined framework and built-in framework. So built-in frameworks, okay, are the frameworks which are designed by the vendor. I don't have to write any code. Okay, because it is already designed. With the help of annotations, I can go ahead and use it. What are annotations? How we are going to use it? I'll let you know the time when we are working on the frameworks. So, but in built-in frameworks, we used to have two types of frameworks. That are JUnit framework, JUnit, okay, and TestNG. These are the two different types of frameworks which we are focusing on in built-in frameworks. Okay, built-in frameworks, we are not going to write any code team because these are already designed by the vendor. Then coming to user-defined frameworks team. In user-defined frameworks team, we are going to explore our knowledge on modular framework, keyword-driven framework, data-driven framework, hybrid-driven framework, page object model. all these frameworks we are going to write the code and we are going to execute the code effectively. All right. So you don't have to bother about this. Fine thing. Then, so far we looked into some of the merits of Selenium. Right. So obviously in this world, okay, for every element or every object, okay, does have its merits and demerits also. Even Selenium does have its demerits. Let us go and focus. Okay. So disadvantages of Selenium. Selenium support only web-based application. This is the main disadvantage. Okay, why Selenium tool is not is only going to support web-based application. I cannot automate any Windows-based application. Okay, I cannot automate any Windows-based application. I can automate. Yep. I cannot automate any Windows-based application. I can automate only web-based applications. Okay, that is the main disadvantage of Selenium. Then Selenium is the combination of multiple components. So that configuration and utilization of Selenium is a bit tricky. Yes, configuration in the sense setting up the Selenium and working with the Selenium is a bit tricky. But no worries team, since we are going to configure Selenium and work with Selenium on a regular basis, we used to get good hands-on experience in working with Selenium too. Okay, then Selenium support multiple languages so that we should have more technical knowledge. Selenium supports multiple languages, one of the main advantage. Why it is into disadvantage then? Because let us go with an example. Okay, say I work in one of the projects for 5 years. I worked on Selenium with Java. Now suddenly my client gathered all the automation team. Okay, all the automation people. He gathered all the automation team people, and he was announcing that, okay team, we have done a great job. Now let us go and switch from Selenium using Java to Selenium with Python. Since I don't know Python, again I have to go and learn Python, right? Okay, I mean this never happened, but going forward this will happen, maybe. Okay, so that is the main disadvantage again. Because it depends upon the client. We cannot go ahead and read the client's mind. Okay, he can switch from one technology to another technology as well. Okay, team. So that even this is one of the main disadvantages. That is, Selenium supports multiple languages. Then lack of technical resources. Yes, lack of technical resources in the sense, team, I can hardly find very few people who have good knowledge on Selenium. I can hardly find very few people who have good knowledge on Selenium. And do remember, team, in order to learn Selenium, there is no prerequisite that you have to know Java also. In my training class, I am going to train you Java from the scratch. We will be providing training on the core Java concepts, team. Okay, we'll be exploring our knowledge on core Java concepts. All the core Java concepts will be covered. Okay, until the QA perspective. Okay, until the testing perspective, we are going to learn core Java concepts, not the Java development perspective. Development perspective in the sense you have to learn applet, servlet, Hibernate, strings, not required. All the advanced Java, some concepts of the core Java, not required. Okay, we are going to explore until the QA perspective. Fine, team. Any queries so far, team? Any queries? Anybody? Any queries? Fine, team. Now,
is it just core Java required? Only core Java concept?
No, not required. See, I am going to train you on core Java, team, so you don't have to worry.
No. You are going to touch only till core Java, right? So not like strings, those and all not required also.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Could you please repeat it?
No, it is just core Java required, right? Like that is not you are going to teach us also. Just core Java.
Yeah. I am going to train you on core Java concepts also, team. So you don't have to bother. Okay. We'll be looking into we will learn core Java concepts in our Selenium training class also. Okay. Is it clear, Mohan?
Extra one? Yeah.
All right. Any more queries? Razia, are you able to follow me? Razia, you there?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to follow me, Razia?
Yes.
All right. Okay, fine team. So now let us go and continue. Fine team. So Selenium components. Okay, Selenium components. What are Selenium components? Selenium is a combination of multiple components, and there are majorly 4 different types of components available. What are they? Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. What is Selenium IDE stands for? Selenium IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. I repeat, Integrated Development Environment. And this Selenium IDE is a record and a playback tool. Okay, it's a record. We can go and record the scripts and we can run the scripts. Record and a playback tool. And do remember three, the Selenium IDE we are not going to use in the real-time scenarios. Okay, fine. Then Selenium RC. But as a training perspective, we will start with Selenium IDE. I'm going to cover all these concepts. You don't have to bother. Alright, fine. Then coming to Selenium RC. RC stands for remote control. Okay, RC stands for remote control. We can also call it as Selenium 1. Okay, what do you mean by remote control? Remote control in the sense, it is a client server architecture. We have to start the server and then we have to run the code. If my server is off, if my server is not up and running, okay, my code will not execute. It will throw error. It will throw exception. Okay, so that is something called as remote control. Selenium RC is a remote control. RC stands for remote control. It's a client server architecture. And team, do remember till mid of 2016 we were working on Selenium RC. Now working on Selenium RC, we are not going to work on Selenium RC anymore. Okay, even this is not used in the real-time scenarios now. Okay, then coming to Selenium WebDriver, we can call it a Selenium tool or Selenium 2. Okay, so the Selenium WebDriver is an upgraded version of Selenium RC. Okay, what is the main advantage of Selenium WebDriver is I can go ahead and work on any of the browsers, either Opera, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, IE, Edge, Microsoft Edge, whatever the browser you take, you can go ahead and automate it. You can go ahead and automate your application on that particular browser. So that is the main advantage of Selenium WebDriver. Okay. And we are going to explore more on Selenium WebDriver. Then coming to Grid. What is Grid? So Grid is helpful for us to go ahead and perform parallel execution. What do you mean by parallel execution? Parallel execution in the sense, say for example, I have a system, I have a main system over here. Okay, wherein I am going to write some code. Okay, I have written some code here. And this main system is called as an hub. So this main system I am going to connect to 2 other systems. And these systems are called as nodes. The systems are called as nodes. Now in this system, say we have Linux operating system with the Chrome browser. In this system, okay, we have Mac operating system with the Firefox browser. So the time when I go and run the code in the hub, since it is connected to these 2 systems, it will go ahead and launch the application in the Chrome browser in Linux operating system. It will simulate parallelly. It will go and open the application in Firefox browser in Mac operating system. Parallel execution. Okay, I don't have to go ahead and run. I don't have to write a code again and again on different browsers. Okay, it will go ahead and execute parallelly. Connected to multiple machines, it is going to, I'm going to connect to multiple machines and I'm going to execute it parallelly. So that it is going to save my time. Alright team, that is how we are going to work with a Grid. So this coding and all I will let you know going forward team. You don't have to bother about it. Fine team, understood? So Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid are the 4 components, okay, that we do have in Selenium. Now team, let us go and focus on Selenium IDE. Okay, and let us go and see how we are going to let us go and automate. Let us go and learn automate today. Start automating from today itself. Okay, let us go and see how we are going to work with it. Selenium IDE, as I told you, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment team, and the Selenium IDE is a record and a playback tool for the web-based applications only, because Selenium supports only web-based application, right team? So the Selenium IDE tool only supports web-based application. Fine. Now, this is the add-on for the Firefox browser. What do you mean by add-on there? Add-on is nothing but license. Add-on is nothing but a license. So Selenium IDE is a license for Firefox browser. That means we can install IDE in the Firefox browser, launch the IDE from the Firefox browser, design the scripts and execute the scripts, only through the Firefox browser. Okay, team. So you can write the scripts in the Firefox. You can launch the IDE from the Firefox. You can design the scripts and execute the scripts only through the Firefox, because Selenium IDE only supports Firefox browser. You cannot install Selenium IDE on Chrome browser or Opera, Safari or Internet Explorer browser. Okay, team. Now let us go and see how can I go and install Selenium IDE in my Firefox browser and how I am going to automate it. Okay, team. I am going to open my Selenium IDE. I am going to open my Firefox first. Team, everyone, are you able to follow me, team? Any questions?
No
Venkat?
questions. We are following.
Venkat, are you able to follow me?
Yes.
Venkat, it will be good if you...
Hello, sorry.
Yes, Venkat. It will be good if you go ahead and leave me your email ID and the contact number also, because everyone has shared their email ID and contact number with me. All right?
So, yep.
In the chat, okay? I just ping you in the chat. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So team, you can see this is our Mozilla Firefox browser. So now I want to launch a Selenium official website of Selenium. Because I want to download Selenium IDE, right? So how can I do so? I'm going to launch my official website of Selenium. That is seleniumhq.org. Seleniumhq.org is our official website of Selenium. Okay, team, please do remember this. Seleniumhq.org. We have a lot of things to do with this official website of Selenium. Okay, team? Going forward. So now, since I launched my seleniumhq.org, what I need to do, I would like to go ahead and click on this downloads tab. So let us go and click on it. Yes. So now, team, once I click on it, let us go and search for Selenium IDE. So here I can see Selenium IDE. Okay. And team, I need to go and click on this link so that it will go ahead and take me to the add-ons page. Okay. So let us go and click on it. So now it is taking me to the add-ons page. Okay. Now, team, I need to go and click on this add to Firefox button. So once I click on this add to Firefox, the Selenium IDE will be installed in my Firefox browser. Okay. So let us go and click on it. See, it has been downloading. Okay. Then I need to install. I need to click on this install now. And then it is asking me to restart the browser. So I'm going to restart the browser. That's it. Fine. So now let me open some application, say facebook.com application. I'm going to launch some facebook.com application, because a lot of people are pretty much aware of the facebook.com application and everyone do have their own Facebook accounts, right, team? I believe. So now, team, now where is my Selenium IDE then? Where could I find my Selenium IDE over here? Okay, what you need to do is right click on this blue color tab, blue color ribbon, right click on it. And because you need to figure out the menu, you don't see any menu over there, like, file, tools, all these things are not displayed. So what you need to do, just go over here, right click on it, and then check menu bar. Check this menu bar. Now you can able to see file, edit, view history, bookmarks, tools, and everything. So here, what you need to do, go to tools, and then click on it. Once you click on it, you can find Selenium IDE there. See, you can find Selenium IDE. Just click on the Selenium IDE. Open the Selenium IDE. This is the dashboard of the Selenium IDE, team. So let me go and explain you, team. As I told you, Selenium IDE is a record and a playback tool. So we do have a record button over there. By default, it is in the recorded mode. So I'm going to click on it to stop recording. But basically what it is going to record? Is it going to record my voice? Is it going to record my screen? No. Then what it will record? It is going to record the actions or the activities that I am going to perform on the application. Say I am going to click on a link, it is going to record. I am going to enter some value in a text box, it is going to record. I am going to select some value from the drop down, it is going to record. Okay, team? So all the activities that I am going to perform on an application, it is going to record. Okay. Then, team, we do have a URL over here, so it is going to have a base URL. Whatever the application that we are going to work on, is going to put the URL over there. Then, team, we do have a scroll bar over there, that is faster or slower. I can move the scroll bar faster or slower to go ahead and execute my scripts. Okay. So the time, once I go ahead and generate the script, and the time when I want to execute the test cases. So I can go and put it either faster or slower. And by default, the test case name is untitled over here. You can rename it, not a problem. Okay, you can create n number of test cases over here. Fine thing. Then you do have an 8 buttons over there. This is play. When you go and mouse over on it, you can see play entire test suite. Play entire test suite in the sense, let us say I have multiple test cases over there. I have multiple test cases. If I want to execute all these test cases, I can go and click on this button. I can go and click on this button. Okay. Say if I want to go ahead and execute only particular test case, say this test case I want to execute. So I can select this test case and I can click on this button. Okay. That says this button is play current test case. That's it. Okay, team. Then team, let us go and see what is this command, what is this target, what is this value, which are very important. So value over here is whatever the value, whatever the input value that I am going to pass through the keyboard, it is going to generate a value over there. So say I am going to enter Shravan, it is going to say Shravan over. So all the input data what I am going to pass into the application, it will be displayed over here in this value column. Then team, command and target. What is command and target? Team, if you take any of the automation tool team, the basic phenomenon what we are going to follow is what operation and where. Say there are 5 links. I want to click on the third link. So what operation that you are going to perform? Click operation, right? You are going to perform click operation. That's fine. Click operation is fine. But where you have to perform? On the third link, right? So this is what you have to learn. What operation that you have to perform and where. Because if in any of the application you take in, any of the web application you take, hardly you can find what are the elements that you can find in over there in any of the applications. You can find, say, text boxes, links, buttons, radio buttons, check boxes, okay, say drop down box. We can call it as drop down or list box. Basically we used to call it as list box. Okay, list box. And then anything else team? Images, links, buttons, text box, radio button, check box, images. Okay, anything else that we can go and find it over there team? Some text if I want to write. All of these elements. If you know how to automate only these elements, so because any of the web application you take, you can find all this. Any of the Windows application you take or web application you take, you will be finding only these elements. By using these elements only, they are going to build an application, right thing? So if you know how to automate this, you can easily go ahead and write your own code and you can easily become an automation tester. But the first thing is that you have to go ahead and know how to go ahead and take control, how to go ahead and put your operation on that particular element. Okay team? Fine. So let us go and see team, how we are going to work with it. So this is my Selenium IDE. Now team, what I want to do is I want to automate my Facebook application. So let me go and put this tool side by side. I told you team, Selenium IDE is a record and a playback, right? Selenium IDE is a record and a playback. So I can record the scripts and run the scripts over. Okay team? So now let me go ahead and start recording. I'm going to click on this record button. Fine. Now then team, my Selenium IDE tool is in the recorded mode. Now I'm going to enter some values over there. Let us say, I'm going to say Shravan. See, tool is going to generate some scripts over there. Right team? I'm going to say password. Password 1, 2, 3. See, it has generated some script. Then I'm going to say first name, surname, some mobile, password. I'm going to select some date, say 10, say April 2000. I'm going to select the male variable and I'm going to stop recording. Now team, if you go and see all that what I have performed in my Facebook application, okay, the script has been recorded. It is going to generate some script over there. Now what is the default script that the Selenium IDE tool is generating? It's a HTML code. Okay, it's a HTML code here. It's going to generate the script through the HTML code. Now let me go to google.com. So now I am into the google.com page. Okay, fine. Now team, I want to run the code. Okay, I want to run the script to Selenium IDE. What I am going to do, I am going to click on this play current test case. So I am going to run it. And you can see team, okay, over here, see, it is going to enter all the values over here. Okay, who is going to enter? Selenium IDE tool is going to enter. I am not going to do anything. Okay, I am not going to do anything. I am not going to touch my mouse. I am not going to touch my keyboard also. It's the tool who is going to enter all these values. Okay team, so this is what we call it as automation testing. Clear everyone? Understood team?
Shravan,
Yes.
you said the tool is going to enter all these fields. So how should the tool knows that password should contain caps letter, different symbols and the numbers also? So who will give?
That is what I told you, right? Like, I told you command and a target and value. Value is nothing but whatever the input value that we are going to pass, okay, that it is going to have a list. Fine. Then coming to command and target. What is command? Whatever the operation that you are going to perform, it comes into the command column. Coming to the target, target is nothing but where you have to go and click, where you have to go ahead and enter the value, because we have n number of text boxes over there. We have n number of text boxes, right? In our Facebook application, if you go and see, we have n number of text boxes. And okay, so in which field I need to go and enter the value? Okay, Selenium IDE tool says go and enter Shravan text in ID is equals to email. So this email edit box, in the email edit box, okay, it is going to enter Shravan. And ID is equals to password. In the password edit box, go and enter this. So u_0_1, okay, in this u_0_1, this is the location. This is the location of that particular first name edit box. So in this field, go ahead and enter first name. In this field, go and enter surname. Understood team? So this is how tool is able to understand. Okay, and these are called as targets. So team, we do have different types of targets over there. Say target is nothing but the locators. We used to call them as the locators. Okay, targets are nothing but locators. Okay, let me go and show you. So basically, locators are nothing but the identifications of the elements in the web-based applications. So these identifications we call them as locators. These identifications we call them as locators. There are different locators we can go ahead and identify the element in application. That is, I can identify an element with respect to ID, name, identifier, link, XPath, CSS, DOM, okay, class, okay. All these are different locators. Now team, let us go with an example. Okay, so say I'm introducing myself as, hi team, myself is Shravan. Okay, I'm telling that, my name is Shravan. Now, how can I prove myself that my name is Shravan? How can I prove him? I may be some Suresh, Ramesh, Mahesh also, right? How can I prove myself that I am Shravan? Anybody? How would you prove yourself that your name is this thing?
ID card. ID card.
Yeah, ID card. What is the ID card? Say I will go with PAN card, I will go with voter ID, I will go with passport, okay, SSN number, I will go with driving license, okay, I'll go with my policy number also, okay. So all these are the identifications. Similarly, even in a web-based applications also, for every edit box or a text box or any drop-down box or a link, there is some identification. Okay, there is one unique identification. Unique identification team, do remember. We have to capture that unique identification. I would like to go and put it in my code and I will go and run the code. So tool will automatically go ahead and point to that particular edit box only. Understood team? Understood everyone? Okay. Now if you go and see over here in our script, Okay, what is this location? ID is name. ID is equal to email. I can also go and change this email. Okay, if you go and click on this drop down thing, you can see name is email, CSS, XPath. Okay, all these are the different locators that we have identified, right? All these are the different locators: ID, name, identifier, link, XPath also. So you can take any of the element and you can go ahead and search with the name. So if I go and say name is equal to email also, it will go and point to the particular email edit box only. Is that clear, team? Clear, everyone? So in any of the web applications, team, in any of the web application you take, it does have separate unique identification. Okay, they do have separate unique identification. So if I know that unique identification, I can easily go ahead and do some operation or activity on that particular field. Understood? So for each and every field, there is some unique identification. Understood, team? Understood, everyone? Any queries, team? Any queries?
Okay.
Rajesh,
Understood.
Mohan, Mahendra, Navina, Razia, Reggie Ravi, Rohit, Venkat. Any queries, team?
Yeah, I have one query,
Yes,
Shravan.
Razia.
So for Selenium server, we'll go and check the development code, and then they will identify what are the text boxes, what are the check boxes, and then they use locators, right? So this is the
For
process.
Selenium server you mean to say?
Oh, ID. This is the Selenium ID is nothing but Selenium server, right?
No, this Selenium IDE is a tool. Okay, we are not connecting to any server.
Yeah. So it
Okay,
will
we
go
are
and
not.
check the development code first.
Yeah, because the time when I record the code, okay, when I go and record it, okay, it will go and generate a source code. If you go and see the source code, it will be in an HTML code.
Yeah. Based on the HTML tags only, they will
Yeah,
take the
that is
case
what.
of
Based
the.
on the HTML code, it will go ahead and look into the command. It will go ahead and look into the target and it will go and pass the value. That is what I told you, right? It is going to generate a HTML code.
Okay.
Clear? All
Yeah.
right. Any queries, team? Any queries?
Shravan, let me ask you the same question. See, when we are recording, so when you go to user ID, like you are typing Shravan, so based on the background code, it will take like what it needs to be there in that field, like one cap letter, one number, one symbol. So based on the code written in the background, this tool will identify what needs to be entered there. Then it will enter automatically.
No, see, based on the background code. No, it's not like that. See, if my tool is in recorded mode, say I'm considering my tool is in a recorded mode. Okay. So what happens is you are going to enter some value. Okay, you are going to say Mohan over here. If
So
my tool is in
we are going
recorded
to
mode,
enter
okay,
manually for the first time for any application.
yeah. Initially we are going to enter the values for the first time. Then later on, from second time onwards, you don't have to enter the value. You can go ahead and since you do have, okay, because tool is automatically creating the code, right? Tool is automatically generating the code. So if you want to change this name also, if you want to change this name, okay, from Shravan to Mohan, you can double click on this, go over here, you can change the value, input value. Clear?
Okay, okay. So this we will do for negative testing, is it? Like changing the
Yeah,
values.
positive testing, negative testing, anything if you want to do, you can go ahead and do so.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Clear? So, but first time you have to go ahead and do it manually. Okay, since the tool is in recorded mode, because tool doesn't know, right? Tool should know. Tool should be aware of it, of which field you in which field and what operation and what value that you are going to pass. Tool should know. Okay, then only tool will go ahead and create the script. If not, tool cannot go and create the script. So since the tool is in recorded mode, whenever you are going to enter the values, it automatically generates the scripts. Okay, it automatically creates some script. Now when you go ahead and run the code again, okay, it will go ahead and enter the values as it is. You can even go ahead and change the values. Okay, you can even go ahead and change these values as well. Okay, say I said Mohan testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now when I go and run the code, okay, it will go ahead and enter the value, that is email ID as Mohan, and then password, some value, first name, surname, and so on. Okay, so this is how we are going to automate the application. Okay, and going forward, we'll be having Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver. So since we don't have enough time, team, it's already 10:31, and I do have another batch as well. So we'll go and wind up our class over here, team. Okay, so if you have any queries, just let me know, team, or you can just go ahead and give the feedback to the organizer so that we can go ahead and start our classes as well. Team. Okay, come tomorrow.
Okay, so I have a last question. So you said the value we are going to key in on the application for the first time. So even those values are provided by the test cases like required documents in project.
Yeah, certainly. If you are working as a manual test engineer, you might be aware that if you have ever worked, if you have worked on manual test engineer, so for each and every test case, okay, test step, if there is any test data, there will be a test data column, right? So they are going to provide the test data over there. So you are going to take the data and you are going to pass it over there. You got it?
Okay, sure. Okay,
Is
sir.
it clear?
Yes.
I have one more query, Shravan.
Yes, please, Razia.
You said like in Selenium RC, we need to run Selenium server, then
Yes.
we need to execute our test scripts, right?
Yes. Not
Then
the
what
test.
are
We have to
then
write the code over there. The scripting language is different. So there we are going to work with Java. Selenium IDE, since it is a record and a playback tool, it is much easier, but we are not going to use because there are a lot of limitations. I cannot put any looping conditions. I cannot put any condition statements. I cannot put loopings. I cannot use. A lot of lot of concepts are missing. I cannot go and upload any file. Okay, I cannot handle adjust concepts through Selenium IDE. Okay, adjust concepts. What are adjust concepts that I will let you know going forward. Okay, so such type of functionalities are missing from Selenium IDE. So that is the reason we are no more using Selenium IDE in real time.
then what about Selenium WebDriver? Do we need to run Selenium server externally to execute our test?
No. To work on Selenium WebDriver, you don't have to invoke any server. Only to work on Selenium RC, you have to start the server. Coming to Selenium WebDriver, you don't have to start any server also. It will directly communicate with the browser. Okay? It will directly communicate with the browser. So you don't have, even in Selenium Grid also, you don't have to start, in Selenium Grid, yes, you don't have to start the server. The only thing is that you have to start the grid. Okay? Grid console. Okay? You need to start the grid console, you need to create a hub, you need to create the nodes through the command prompt, and then we will be working on it. So team, no worries. I will go ahead and let you know how to work on Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid going forward. Okay, in our regular practice. Okay, and then we'll be exploring our knowledge on frameworks. Okay, so frameworks is very important. Okay, and I'll make you people understand pretty much clear about the framework architecture and how to work with the frameworks also. So you don't have to bother about it. I can ensure you that in the middle of the training class itself, you can easily automate any of the application that is provided to you. Okay, that is my insurance. All right, team. Fine. Any questions, Navina?
I'm good.
Mohan?
No, I am done, Shravan. Thank you.
Okay. Mahendra Reddy? Venkat?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Rohit, any questions? Ravi, any questions?
Questions? No questions so far.
Okay.
Hello. Hi, Shravin. Shravin?
Yes, Venkat.
Yeah, do we get any notes for this class?
See, I am going to see all the class is in a recorded mode. Okay, the
Okay.
session itself is in recorded mode. I am
Okay.
going to share the recorded videos with you along with the PPTs that we went through in our regular classes. Okay.
Okay, fine, sure.
So
Thank
you
you.
don't have to take any running notes. Okay, don't spend time in taking running notes or something. Okay, you don't have to bother about it. Okay, because if you take running notes again, you will be got stuck at some one or some other point, right? So don't take any running notes. Okay, just look into the video. Okay, I mean try to go ahead and understand the concepts which I am going to train you. Okay, and then once we are done with the training class, I am going to share the recorded video with you. If you want to refresh your knowledge, you can go ahead and look into the recorded video and you can refresh your knowledge. Right?
Oh,
Say after 10 or 20 days, if you want to look into the first class or the fifth session, then obviously you can go ahead and look into the recorded video and you can refresh your knowledge over it. Okay, team? Yeah.
one doubt, Shravan. So tomorrow at what time you'll be taking the class?
Same time.
Same time. That is
Yes.
9:30 to 10:30.
Yeah.
Is it possible to take after 10 o'clock? Just a query. That's it.
I mean, my time it will be 9:30 p.m. because I am from
Okay.
India. Okay. 9:30 p.m. IST.
Even I'm from India, but the problem is I'll be going back to my home from office, so that is a problem always.
Oh, okay, okay. So you are available at 10 o'clock, it seems, right?
Yes, yes. If it is, there is any possibility of doing that, please let me know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll inform you. But certainly we'll start at 9:30. Okay.
Okay,
Not a
fine.
problem if you join in the middle also. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to share the recorded videos. Okay. If there is any possibility, definitely I'll switch the time to 10 or 10:30. Okay. No worries.
Fine. Thank you, Shravan.
Yeah. Because there is one more batch which is running. So once it is done, okay, so that I can go ahead and switch the time slot if required. Because I have to take the confirmation from all the participants as well, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
people who have enrolled for the training classes, obviously I have to take all their confirmation and then I can switch, right? Switch the
Yes,
time.
yes,
But
yes, I get you.
by default it will be 9:30 p.m. IST. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Any more queries, team?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to know, for how many days you'll teach? I mean, like, it's like
See,
1
yeah,
month
good
or two
question.
months? Huh?
Yeah, yeah, good question. Okay, so thing is that our training class goes for 35 to 40 hours. Okay,
Okay.
35 to 40 hours. Okay, and every day we used to have 1 hour of session. Every day we used to have 1 hour of session. Okay, team, and we don't have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. We don't have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. We basically follow US timing, team. So US timing Saturday, US timing Sunday, we don't have classes. When it comes to Indian time, team, okay, we used to have the class on Saturday. Oh, we don't have class on Saturday and Sunday. We used to have the class from Monday. Same. Okay, team, understood?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yes, Mahinder. Yeah, I do have another batch which I am going to start in the morning hours as well. So yes, better you can go ahead and switch to that slot as well. No worries. Okay, it's up to your will. Like you come up with your time slot. Okay, I do have different batches because every 1 hour I used to have different batches too. So you can switch to any other batch. Not a problem.
So
Yeah.
evening at what? According to Indian timings, at what time you have? I mean, evening,
Evening 9:30 p.m.
morning, sorry.
Okay. Morning. Uh, I have recently started a batch. Okay, that is something around 7 to 8.
7 to 8 in the sense. Fine.
Morning IST 7 to 8.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any questions? Any more questions, team? Regina.
Nothing from my side.
Okay. Okay. Razia, no questions. Razia, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Shravan, did you get my details? My contact details?
Because I need to share this with the organizer. That was it.
Okay, fine, no problem.
Yeah. So that is the thing, team. Okay, that is the reason I asked you people to go ahead and share your contact details. Okay. Fine team. So let us go and see in tomorrow's class, team. Okay, please enroll. Okay, and please inform the organizer as well. Okay. So if you want to go with another class, also not a problem. You people are welcome for 2 or 3 classes, and then you can go ahead and finalize whether to join the training class or not. Okay, no worries, team. Okay. All right. Clear, everyone?
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Mahendra, your concern, you can go ahead and join at 7 to 8 a.m. batch. We have 7 to 8 a.m. batch over there. So if you require, you can join over there, and we can continue. Okay. You are pretty much concerned with the morning hours. Okay.
Shravan, can I take can I join?
In that batch. 2 or 3 seconds. So
Yes, okay.
I'll be sharing you the recorded videos. You have bye Reggie Ravi.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sham.
Yep.